Hello, listeners. This is Eric from the Some Offense Taken podcast. In just a few seconds, we will grace you with our presence via your ears. We also just want to let you know the content talked about on this show is explicit. Some of the subjects may be a little questionable. So this is your warning. You're still here? Oh. All right, let's start the podcast.
Why do you not have the snare from Saint Anger by Metallica? And just
Dude, anybody could have that snare, bro. You know what you do? Under the snare drum, there's a clamp.
like a clamp, yeah.
Yeah, and if you unclamp it, it releases the beads that actually make the snare poppy. So
That's what that
hangs.
is.
It hangs. So when you hit it, it just goes pong, 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 pong. And then when you clamp it back, it goes...
But he just hit like a fucking hubcap, like that one
No,
guy
bro,
in
he just
Slipknot.
opened the snare. That's it.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
Did he just
What?
like forget for the whole album? The fucking Saint Anger snare. Just like the
No,
worst
that was
snare
just
in
he-
history.
They
I told him he
didn't
just
care.
unclamped the snare.
Yeah, so instead of it being, it was...
You see what I mean?
Except
You see what I mean?
Oh my god, that's all it is?
Yeah, you just
I
Yeah,
thought
that
he
works.
just
That's
like was drunk the whole album.
He was
So-
like,
oh,
let me
yeah.
try something new. I'm going to do something that's terrible.
something crazy.
That boy got that crack, man.
So this is my main snare. It is I believe it's a Tama. It's a Tama. It's made of nickel,
That's dope.
so it's not wood. And
Is that a black head?
This is actually a blue head.
I don't see what color has to do with it.
Blue head's nice.
guys, that's cool. No,
Blue
that's
head, the color doesn't matter. Like you can get black ones, you can get clear ones, you can get white ones.
There's a black Evans head that also comes like coated like that, and it's super poppy and dampens the sound. And I had a very, very small snare, like a fucking, I think it was like an 11. It was small as shit.
It's probably a popcorn snare.
Yeah, and every time I would just play Lamb of God songs on it. I would move that snare in to play Lamb of God, bro.
Those snares are nice, they're poppy, but as I read online too, and I agree completely, it's a one-trick pony. So like if you
It is.
it's what it's for. It's for the high pop and crack. But so with this one, as you can see, there's bubbles. And
Right.
what that is, that's the hydraulic fluid that's in there. So it's in between the two layers. So what it does, the fluid dampens anything that happens. So instead of it being like very loud, like you said, and resonant, it kind of deadens it a little bit, not too much. And
This
these
shit's
things
fascinating.
tune so fucking easy. It's like 2 turns, done.
I love. It's kind of funny because everybody when we used to like I used to go to there's a place called Phoenix Studio in Staten
Okay.
Island, and you could go there and just like record whatever. And every time I would go there, I bring my whole kit, and they'd be like, "All right, you got to retune, right?" I'm like, "Nope," and they're like, well, "All my shit is tuned so low that like almost
Boom.
it's almost like floppy." The fucking heads are almost floppy, bro. I would hit it, and it would
floppy
just
fish.
all of them just sounded like like it was just like it just sounded like you were just hitting like the side of a car.
I love that Tool song.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's really what you could play on it.
No,
like,
I
you
know.
could play like, and then with like the really small snare, we did fuck, what is that song? Starting
Girl?
an hour, bam, bam, seven-headed beast.
Oh, Beast and the
Beast
Harlot.
Beast and the Harlot. We
She's
played-
a dwelling place
Yeah.
for demons.
Exactly. But that's what you
Yeah.
use the poppy fucking snare for. Because it's just like, bung, 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 bung. And you're fucking moving so fast and you almost never really hit the snare anyway. So, like, you just hit it, like, obviously when you're keeping the beat. But it adds, like, that extra, like, layer that I like, you know? I
That's
like that
fucking
little
cool.
poppiness.
As someone with like no musical acumen, like the closest I've ever been, I think, was when Eric, you had us come to your buddy's company when you guys were playing. They started doing the "Walk" by Pantera. I was like, I know, I heard, I was like, can't you see how easily you're bothered by persistence? I'm like, yeah, I know this one. Angry White Kid music. That's my shit. Dude, I love My Chemical Romance more now, like from an appreciating the music standpoint versus like when I was younger. Cause like I wasn't like, you know, Linkin Park, like I become so young, like all the angst and shit. Like,
Yeah.
and like I don't hate Linkin Park now. It's just like
No.
it was just like good background music. I used to lift a lot and everything, so like put on the whole Hybrid Theory album, great fucking album to work out to. And they had Meteora, also good. But then like MCR comes on, I hear like what was it? You hear that? The first fucking piano key, Welcome to the Black Parade. You're just slowly getting hype. You're like, this is the PR set. This is it. Like you're just so hype, and then you hear when he's like screaming, like 3 tears coming out of your eye, like
I am a god.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just
Like
breaks.
I loved MCR. I was a little depresso kid though. Like growing up,
Now you got some of that espresso.
You
depresso.
really?
Espresso, depresso. Yeah, bro.
Dude, no, really? I mean, we always just fucked around on Xbox, so I guess.
Yeah,
like, how
so
would
you
I
didn't
know?
really
But,
know.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
fair.
so I would listen to them all the time. And like, honestly, like even as a kid, like you could kind of pick up on what they're saying. Like, they're fucking not so much the Black Parade, but like if you look into like they had other songs
Not
like
okay, Ghost of You.
Oh, I love that one.
yeah, bro. They had so much music that was just so good and like lyrically like really really good, but just like nobody really like. I mean, they were
Appreciated.
huge, right? But nobody was really like behind them. Like there was another band that made beautiful fucking music, and I'm gonna say it, and you guys are gonna go, but Pierce the Veil,
No.
made great fucking music. But
I thought you were gonna
don't-
say 30 Seconds to Mars. I'm gonna cut.
No,
it
no,
out.
30
I was
seconds.
like-
The Jared Leto show, bro. No, I'm good, thank you. But if
I was
you
like about to fight.
but if you think about like Pierce the Veil, right?
Okay.
It's kind of hard to get past his like whiny vocals,
Yes.
right? But all of their music is really really good. Like I wish I could play music in here so I could show you guys. But there's a song called Dive In, right? Dive In is so fucking good. Dive In is good. They had Bulletproof Love was really really good. That was like
King
their big
for a
one.
Day with Kellen Quinn.
King for a Day was good, yeah, but I don't really like Kellen Quinn. But yeah, like
Not really.
yeah,
So
King for a
that
Day
was my
good.
whole thing with them too. Like that whole age of quote unquote metal. That was not metal. It was more of a.
It's like metalcore. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's more
It's
of
like-
a metalcore vibe.
It's like
Softer.
a pop punk metal kind of thing because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah.
do the like to get them for the pop punk and then they do breakdowns.
Right.
Like Crabcore, like Attack back in the day.
No,
Yeah.
Attack was just I don't know. Don't talk about
Okay, all
Attack
right. We'll
Attack.
talk about them. I never listened to them.
I don't
Italy or
wanna
whatever
talk
the
about
fucking song was. Bro, they did crab. they would
Yeah,
pull crab-
Crabcore. That's why they call it.
Oh my god.
Bro, have
So
you never
Crabcore,
seen- have
you know
never
what that
seen
means,
Crabcore,
right, Ben?
bro?
I have not.
Okay.
I don't know
All
what
right, let
you're
me
talking
let me
about.
we
just
do-
said.
Can we get a bot in the call? Like, is
Yeah,
there a
right.
way
Is
to
that
do
you
that?
go.
is that like a
Pretend this is
loophole
a
around?
guitar.
Yeah,
this is
pretend that's the guitar.
Okay.
So they would have them low, like about there.
Oh, were they like fucking monkey arm it?
No, hold on. It gets better, right?
Oh god.
So
Eric will do
why
it
is it called
perfectly.
Crabcore?
Okay.
They go all the way the fuck down here.
You're kidding. Why?
And
what
just
the fuck does
constantly
it do?
go like that as they're playing.
Why?
Oh,
That's a
wait, no,
thing?
I did it wrong, actually. Sorry, that's teabagging the stage. They went back and forth like a crab.
Are you kidding me? Why?
I swear to
Look up
God,
the
that's a
fucking
real
video.
thing.
Look
But
up
that-
Attack. That's
I
the
don't
first
want
video
it.
that's going to come
I'll
up.
look it up after this shit, like the fucking
Yeah, no, that's
dildo
good. But anyway,
sword
so
or whatever you're
back to
talking
what I
about
was saying.
last time.
So with these
Fuck
bands, a lot of the friends that I was with, a lot of the girls, they'd say, "Oh, I'm into some heavy shit." I'm like, "Okay, what do you listen to?" Because back then, that's when I started getting into heavy stuff. Lamb of
This is
God.
some heavy shit.
So Chris, our buddy Chris,
Taylor Swift.
he got me into Lamb of God. From there,
Yeah, I'm a T-
I branched
I'm a
on. My
cheerleader.
buddy Eddie got me into the Black Dahlia murder.
Black
And then
Dahlia
from that
murder
on
was
and thereforth, it was just lots of heavy shit.
Lamb
So,
of God. Sorry to cut you off. Lamb
Yeah.
of God is still like my go-to.
Still good.
Like I just
Absolutely.
listened to them yesterday. I listened to One Gun on the way home, and I was just fucking like
Just
losing
in
my
the-
shit because Lamb of God still has it. They still, to this day, even on their new album, still got it. Have you heard Memento Mori yet? That-
Yeah,
that
dude,
is
fucking I'm about
hardly.
to ask.
dude, listen to.
It's all a banger. Checkmate's
What
great.
the fuck is it? Something Man on that
Resurrection
album.
Man.
Resurrection Man. They actually do like a fucking breakdown at the
Yeah.
end, and it's a classy one. And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh my.
My go-to on Resurrection Man, it's something that I always love to see from metal bands is the bleh. I love that. I love that. And in Resurrection Man, when it first starts, it's just like eerie, and then he just goes bleh! and they just and they start fucking tearing up, and I was like, oh!
So anyway, Chris got me into Lamb of God. Eddie got me into Black Dahlia Murder, and then from there on, I've listened to other bands. Like, I don't listen to all death metal all the time. Like, I'll go like listen to the degent stuff. So Periphery, a little bit of Meshuggah, not a lot. Like, I'm still trying to get into Meshuggah. They're okay, but
did you get on Alpha Wolf yet?
A little bit. I did hear some. They're coming up on my Spotify, and I was like,
they're nasty,
fuck,
bro.
Dude.
Rob got me
it's
in
like
there.
hardcore.
Nasty, bro.
And, like, just a lot of production, which is fine. Like, it depends on the hardcore band. Especially with, like, what is Code Orange? They've gone, like, full post-processing, but it's okay. Like, I like it. But,
Alpha Wolf slaps.
so, with that music back in the day, with, like, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, and all that stuff, that's what all my friends would say. They're like, oh, this is the heavy stuff that I listen to.
But it's
and
not
then you
heavy.
hear the very high-pitch vocals. And I'm like, is that a female? And they said, no, that's a guy. And I said, are they singing about heartbreak and everything and, like, really not being happy? They said yes. I said,
what was
I
the
can't
one by
listen to
that?
this.
You can't hang, then take the door, baby. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sleeping with Sirens.
Yeah, Sleep with
Oh,
Sirens.
was that
yeah.
them?
That's
Yeah,
Killing
I was
Queen,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like, I didn't hear
So-
a lot of it.
And
till
I
got
would
to
say,
the
all right,
chorus,
you
too.
like heavy stuff. Here, let me blast some of my music. And I'd go on Black Dahlia Murder or, like, Death Clock. Death Clock's, like, you know, it's a comedy metal band, but fucking hell, it's heavy as shit. And I play it for them, and they're like, I don't know if I can listen to this. I'm like, bitch, you just said you listened to that stuff. And
haven't
said it
even
was
begun
heavy.
to be heavy.
That is what we classify as Screamo.
Yeah.
I would consider that Screamo.
Yeah, it's Screamo. That's exactly
Because
what it is. Like,
with-
you know, somebody I always hated that was in that genre. Why does their name escape me right now? Ollie Sky.
I was gonna say, Escape the Fate.
Oh,
Was that, like,
what was
the-
Ollie from?
Bring Me the Horizon.
You know what?
I don't like Bring Me the Horizon.
I don't really like
I
Bring
like
Me
their
the Horizon.
Sempiternal album. Their Sempiternal album went hard.
Sempiternal?
I did listen to
Sempiternal,
the
yeah. Sick album.
I don't think we can say that on Twitch.
Sempiternal. That's just like Sepultura. And it's
Yeah.
like, excuse me?
No,
Jesus
Sempiternal.
You want some old school fucking thrash metal? Sepultura, the old stuff, not the new stuff. Old stuff. Max Calvera. Oh, fuck. That's some good shit. But
Sempiternal was a great album.
Good God.
Bring Me the Horizon, I'm going to give them some credit because their newest EP, not even full length, the EP that they put out has some of the most creative songs I've heard for someone that got out of like deathcore and went on to do something else.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, like the range that they went on just that EP of like 7 songs. They have a song that has one of the chicks from Baby Metal, and I was like, fuck, that was hard. And then they did 2 songs based on video games. One of them, Resident Evil, and I was like, he even says Itchy Tasty from the one manuscript that's in the first game, and I was like, oh fuck, he did it.
Yeah.
And then the second song was called Parasite Eve.
Yep,
And I was like,
Parasite
oh, I
Eve
love
was good.
Parasite Eve.
It's
Song's okay,
Parasite
but like,
Eve.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
it's a good song.
I give them a pass on that. Like, that was pretty interesting.
It's cool. It's cool. It's definitely cool. What I didn't love from their old shit was he had like, and he blew out his voice because he doesn't have his scream was never what do you call it was never, he couldn't keep it. He couldn't keep it going. It wasn't sustainable. That's what
he
they call
wasn't
it.
doing the
So-
correct form.
No, he did not have the correct form. He blew out his vocals, and I thought that was the end of them. And then Sempiternal came around, and Drown was on that, where he was kind of doing. He still does it now. He does like a half scream because
Yeah.
he can't really sing anymore because he fucked his voice up, and he can't scream at all anymore.
He's
Shit.
doing a vocal fry, which is what they call
Exactly.
it, where it's like you're not exactly screaming. It's just you're kind of like really trying to stretch it as far as you can without actually screaming.
but he
sometimes
does it
that
really
hurts
well,
more.
and it sounds really good with the music that they were playing in Sempiternal. Like Drown was on Sempiternal. They had Shadow Moses, which is my favorite song.
I've heard that one was good. I haven't listened to it.
Shadow Moses is fucking sick. Like, could we actually? I don't know if we could actually play it. I don't think.
Probably
I don't-
not. I wouldn't
I
right
don't
now.
think
We can listen
so.
to it afterwards.
We're not
Yeah,
cool.
but-
We're not cool yet.
Yeah, we're not there
But
yet.
Shadow Moses was fire. Not gonna lie. They had.
Hey,
they had
Ollie,
some
if you want to come
really-
on the podcast, let us know.
Right?
Yo, Ollie. No, but yo, and speaking of which, I think it's kind of funny and weird that he has high five tattooed across his palm. Do you know how fucking hard it is to get a palm tattoo? This shit is so sensitive. This hurts, bro. Like, are you serious?
Dude, I cried when they got to like right here close to my armpit. I was like, ow!
Bro,
No.
I have 2 tattoos in my armpit. You know how fucking hard that is to get done? I have a horn from a Hanya mask that goes up into my armpit here. And on this one, my bear eating pancakes, his ear goes up there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Like, when they have to shave your armpit for a tattoo, like my
fuck
tattoo
that.
artist started shaving my armpit. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I gotta go into the armpit, bro. I was like, no,
you
you
not?
don't. Don't do that. Stop.
Yeah. My contribution to the music thing here. So I like August Burns Red a good bit.
Yes.
August Burns Red is very good.
That is the best Christmas album. Period.
Yes,
And I will
love the
fucking
Christmas
fight
album.
all
Yes.
of you if you
Yes.
don't agree. Listen to Sledding Hill from December 1st to December 31st, and you will fucking thank me. You'll be like, wow, I feel so jolly and enlightened, because guess what? They also have an amazing cover of fucking Legend of Zelda, and no one
That
talks
was
about
good.
that shit. But
Dude, go ahead.
Want to hear something cool? A couple buddies of mine have a reaction channel on YouTube,
feel
right?
away.
That they only react to like metal music that they never heard before.
Okay,
right?
fair.
But they also have a band called True Shot. Personally, sorry guys, I don't like them. But
Hey, you know, some offense taken, hence the podcast.
It's
shut
part
the
of the
fuck
show.
up. But
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but they reacted to a new EP that August Burns Red put out, right? That basically got almost all negative reviews. Nobody really liked it.
Oh.
But they were like, I think it's cool. I think it's intuitive. What they did, they're kind of switching it up a little bit, blah, blah, blah. So they reacted to it and kind of shed some light on, like, what this guy was thinking, right? Like, the lead singer, I forget his name. It escapes me. And so he, the lead singer of August Burns Red, said, that was really nice of them to do a positive review on my new EP, so I'm going to review their song.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, no.
he himself reviewed their single. And he said he gave constructive criticism, but he said he liked it. He said it went hard, and it did. The music went kind of hard. I just don't like the vocals. But
You'll have that.
it was like, it was kind of cool to see that, like, the lead singer of August Burns Red, which is a huge band for years,
Yeah.
like, would go out of his way for his fans like that. And promote their channel, promote their band.
They're cool
That's fucking
dudes.
sick. Like, what a cool guy. Like, how do you not respect that? Like, I respect that of famous people. Like, if famous people kind of step out of the realm of being famous, like Johnny Depp. I love Johnny Depp. A lot of people don't like Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp. The guy goes to fucking children's hospitals dressed as, like, whatever
Captain
that
Jack
fucking
Sparrow.
character is, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
And he just
pirate.
walks around the children's hospitals, like, weekly. He flies in a fucking helicopter as Jack
right.
Sparrow and goes, and comes
Savvy,
fucking
huh?
walking in. Yeah,
It's
so
going
it
to give me
starts-
hope if I drop off in one of these hospitals and I hear a helicopter. I'm going to be like, oh my God, maybe Johnny Depp is here.
No, sir, he's dying. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
bro. I'm gonna cut both of my legs off so Johnny Depp will come visit me.
Oh my God.
Mr. Depp, can I get 2 peg legs? I can, like, crawling around on the floor.
Here you go. You wanted some of these pig legs. Okay.
That was not bad. Dude, we've gone 26 minutes with music.
Yeah.
That's
Music.
fucking what. Should we
Yeah.
take some people questions that are
Absolutely.
lovely,
Yeah.
lovely friends have
all you
sent in
bet.
over the week, which
By the way, since we're at the 26-minute mark or 22-minute mark, hi, welcome to the podcast.
yeah, holy shit.
Hello.
There's the intro.
That's the intro. It's a 20-minute long intro, so Dream Theater as a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the Some Offense Taken podcast.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
Rob.
up.
This is Eric, and that is Ben, and we're here talking to you for 20 minutes about shit you know nothing about. So let's continue another half hour.
Dude, that's been ringing in
Of
my
more
head
shit
for the
you know
last like
nothing
20
about.
minutes. It's like, steer
Yeah.
the boat! Steer the boat!
Yeah.
No one's gonna relate.
And right now, we're going to be taking some viewer questions / topics. So, Ben, go.
Well, I'll start off. My buddy Jake, he was the first to respond to me because this question's burned into my brain since Monday, and I don't want to forget it. If you like jerking off, does that make you a little bit gay?
No, absolutely not.
Are you sure?
I mean, it depends. Are you giving or are you taking?
Yeah. What situation do you want to explain?
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Rob.
Like, are you receiving your own hand
No,
job,
you're
or are you
jerking
giving
yourself.
your own hand job?
No, you're not
beating your own
giving
meat.
or taking. It's just a ghost hand jerks you off.
Ghost hand.
Well, that's why I do the sleeper.
The So you fucking sit on your hand.
Yeah,
And then
bro.
I thought that was called
Oh.
stranger, wasn't it?
The stranger, the sleeper.
It's stranger,
No, the
sleep-
stranger would be
Sleepers,
usually
somebody's
the
jerking me
non-dominant
out.
hand.
Sleepers if Bill Cosby does it.
Oh,
He's
I think that's called the
jerking and
raper,
the
brother.
gurking and the bipping and the bobbing and the boom.
That's called the
And
Jell-O
then he just
pudding.
runs away into the woods. like skitters away.
I gotta get
So-
that pudding.
all right.
hear-
So go
you hear
ahead.
the-
What's your opinion, Rob?
In
Is
the
it?
distance.
So what's his main question? Is it
Is it gay?
technically
Is it gay
like,
to jerk yourself off and enjoy it?
I don't know if it makes you gay. It makes me happy gay.
Yeah, right. Like I'm
there you go.
elated. I have endorphins all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
I
That's
don't
the
know
whole
if it
thing.
makes
Is what
you
it is.
gay.
It's just it like it's not even where it's just like, oh, like I'm like really horny and I need to do something. It's just like like I've explained to the girlfriend. Just sometimes you just do it. Like
Yeah, it's
I
like, yo,
bump on the
I
edge
got
of a
15
table.
minutes, you know?
You bump on the edge of a table and you're like,
I've had the same fucking talk with my
Okay.
wife. I was like, look, it's not like we don't love you. It's just like I'm staring at a wall and then my brain's like, beat your fucking dick. It's like, okay.
Dude, I mean, look,
Why?
like
Why?
I don't know
You
about
gotta,
you guys. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in school, like growing up, high school, even before that, like dudes get random boners.
Dude, I still do. What do you
oh,
mean?
the
yeah,
no
I
one's a
still
boner,
get
hence
random
ninja
the
boners.
sex
fucking
party.
wind changes
I
direction
used
and
to
it's like,
get
oh, I guess
them-
we're going sailing.
Yeah,
Like,
but I used to get them like clockwork. Like it was the same time.
Yep.
Every day, right? I don't know if this is everybody else because I never talked boners with another dude, but it was the same time every single day. I would get a boner. It was
Damn,
third
you made
period.
direct eye
I
contact
love that you
with this
start
one.
looking at the camera.
It was the end of second period going into third period. Literally 3 minutes left. Boing. I have to like. People are always like, "Why don't you wear a backpack?" I got this big ass binder for a reason, bro. I'm gonna hold it in front of my wang and walk down the fucking.
Oh my God.
I went to Tottenville High School, dude. There's 5,000 kids that went there when I went
Jesus.
there. You think I want to bump into somebody with this fucking hunk of meat hanging out, dude? I'm gonna fucking knock somebody over.
All right, that's probably generous.
Yeah.
For the rest of us.
Let me talk about it.
All right, it's fine. It's,
Let me believe that it's
that's
big.
your fucking deli counter, man.
Okay.
I'm not about to tell you what to
My
sell, all
girlfriend's
right?
small, and she says it's perfect size.
Well, so
So you can go fuck yourself. How about
my
that?
girlfriend's like 5'8", and you know, girlfriend. Don't tell
Yeah.
my wife.
Wait, how tall is your girlfriend?
Shit.
My girlfriend? How tall?
Yes.
She's like 5'4".
Okay, all right.
She's like 5'4", but she's like very, very small. She's a very small person. You know?
We've seen the happy pictures. I'm like, wow, she's smaller than him.
Yeah, which is surprising
he's
because I'm
fucking
like what
small
5'6".
as it is.
Did you get that? Did I send you that video from Chris Ray Gun where he's talking about the tall bitch in the Resident Evil games and how like everyone's busting a nut over it?
Yeah.
No, you
He's
didn't
like,
send me the video.
he's like, dude, I'm 5'4". My love life is Shadow of the Colossus forever. And he's like, and you know what? I throw this out there for the manly man. Is it more manly to dominate a tiny girl or to conquer a fucking Goliath?
Absolutely. That's
I was
that's-
like, this
I
man,
applaud that.
I was like, this man has made a
I
point.
agree with that.
I'm
Like
also
my
6
answer,
foot.
my answer to tall girls, my whole life was like I would like ask them out, and they'd be like, "You're a little short for me, aren't you?" And I'd be like, "I climb trees,
Yeah, right.
you know.
Go up on you,
I got legs, you know. It's not really a big deal."
right? We'll figure it out. We're all the same height, lying down, sweetheart.
Yeah, like if I'm on top, it's like just surfboarding, you know.
Ride the wave, slap the guy, ride the wave.
Hey guys, this is Rob. Welcome to the Some Offense Taken podcast, and happy to hear you listening. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in. Don't ask why I got chapstick, but feel free to send them in to either me, Ben, or Eric, and we will answer them on the podcast. And, sorry, I have a stutter. And if you have any topics for us to cover, feel free to send those as well. Keep listening to the podcast, or I will not tuck you into bed or give you a kissy. Good night. See you later.
All right. So, final verdict, Ben. What do you think?
Is
I
it
don't know.
gay?
Are we all a little bit gay? Wasn't that a thing?
I'm
Didn't
pretty sure
Connor
everyone's
just take
at
a
least a
fucking
little bit
test?
gay.
Didn't we just talk about this?
I feel like we did.
We just
What?
talked about this. Would you have sex with a trans person?
Yeah, right? No,
Yeah,
no,
we-
get head. We talked about that. It was head. You flat out said yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post-op.
Wait, who denies a blowjob?
Post-op.
Okay,
The only
listen,
time you get
it's not
scared is when they
gay,
pull out. It's
okay?
the only time you get scared is they pull out a hog that's bigger than yours, right? And you're like, what
Yeah.
the?
No,
Yeah.
you'd probably be impressed, dude. It's like,
You're like, Jesus.
well,
Are you blacking
awesome.
out? Look at that thing.
I mean, it wouldn't
Are-
impress
are-
me
do-
much. I think my little sister has a bigger dick than I do. So
probably. Oh, dude, Lauren has the biggest dick. Come on. We all know this.
Fair.
She's
No,
big
but-
dick energy.
that's what I'm,
Swang.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I take that as
don't-
receiving, and I deem it not gay.
Yeah. I feel like that's a consensus we can all reach
Yeah.
here.
I don't
it's-
think it's gay, Ben's
I
friend.
don't think it's gay at all. No. It's, look, dude, like when you're little, that's not even a thought on your mind.
That's all
You're
you
just like,
got.
hey, what's this thing?
Yeah,
You were-
dude. Like I'd close my dick in the fridge if I could. Like I would have fucked anything.
Dude, oh my God. Months ago, I had a talk with a friend. It was like, who's fucked the couch? And everyone was like, us. You know, it was like the whole like circle of like
Yeah.
12 guys around a fire.
Like imagine, you know how fucking jealous I am as a grown man that a girl could literally fuck anything around the house.
Must be
like,
nice.
I get my hand. This is like the meme that's going around where girls are like, you don't know how to handle a woman, and then it's like women, and it just shows like shower head, Coke bottle. You know what I mean? It's like they can literally fuck anything, and they do, and more power to you. You know, but like I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous. I wish
I would
could-
say I'm jealous.
I wish I could hump a pillow and get off. You know, I can't. I
Anything-
gotta buy a
anything we could
$40
damage us.
fleshlight and jerk off into the thing.
And then I'm the weird one, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm sleeping on juice.
and then you get your massage wand. You know, like, no, everyone knows it's not a fucking massage wand. Come on. You're not like, oh,
You
let
know,
me
it's a
work that
massager.
knot.
That's what it's
Let me work
for.
that knot on my back out.
Honey,
You
can
know?
we get a jacuzzi? Why? You know
eight,
why.
8 jets. You know,
Yeah,
like,
please.
Oh, God.
How
She
many
just
jets
sat
can
in
you
there
have in a
like-
jacuzzi before it turns into a fucking
Human
gives you a
soup.
seizure, you know?
All right, so Ben had a good question from his friend. Let me see. Let me pull up one on my end.
Dude, we had some good ones.
I have some news also after this.
Ooh.
And I do have a story.
Scandal.
Towards, I guess, the end, I could tell a funny story.
Absolutely.
Dude, we
we'll
always
kind of
do
keep
that.
these at like an hour for now, because it seems like an hour is a good run time.
Yeah.
I think that's
okay.
working. Good background noise. That's
So,
what we are. That's what we
I
aim to be.
posted on my Facebook and I asked like a couple people. I said, "Hey, like, what are some good topics you would want to hear on a podcast?" One of them went and listed off a couple video game things, and we told him it's just like, well, it's kind of a general podcast, not just video games.
Yeah, but we could talk
He's like,
video games.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck
but
it.
I'll do that on another one. But so I know Ben liked this one, so he says, "Oh, well, in that case, let me give you some extra questions for just general." So the first one was, I think he meant to put, when does conversationism and liberalism go too far? I don't want to talk about
Conservatism, I
that.
think.
Conservatism. Okay, that's what it
Yeah.
is. Cancel culture. That's for another episode.
Oh, yeah, we could do a whole episode on
And
that shit.
the one that
When we
stuck
get
out to me
canceled.
and Ben was, if the universe is so big, why won't it fight me?
That's my favorite one.
And I love that.
I'll tell you why right now. It's because you don't fuck with a truck when you're riding a bicycle. You understand?
See?
Know your lane. Stay the fuck in it, universe.
Stay in your
alright?
lane.
You tried to kill me like 4 times already, and you have failed every time. If you're gonna
All right, so
strike
let
me
me-
down, then strike me down.
I guess I'll do one video game question, because this one could actually probably spawn an actual conversation.
Uh-oh. There goes the female audience.
Stop. Okay.
All 4 of them.
This one's good, and then I could save another one for later. So,
Okay.
what are some of the pros and cons of a sandbox game? So, open world, do whatever you want, hence like Skyrim, Fallout, Grand Theft Auto. I guess, like, what would be like... I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. First of all, my question. Do you like open world games, or do you like more linearity to them?
I like open world games, but to an extent.
Yeah.
I love The Witcher 3. I'm sure plenty of people have played it.
I will play it eventually.
I had 130 hours in that game, and I never finished the main story. Ever. There was so much side shit to do, and I'm like a big lore guy. So I like to like read everything, and like I'm that guy in Skyrim that's like, oh, a library, and I just open up every fucking book that I see and I read the whole book, and it's like, like that's why I didn't love the Elder Scrolls series, and I did love it because there was so much backstory and so much lore and shit, but they gave me too much freedom to spend my time.
Thank you.
Reading up on the lore, reading up on doing side shit, learning the story, extra story, blah blah blah. I loved it, don't get me wrong, but when you give me too much time to do that shit, it becomes stale. And I'm that kind of guy that'll sit there and just do the stale shit, and eventually it'll just become so stale that I'm like, I don't even want to get to the main story at this point. Like, I already know the whole fucking lore. I could pretty much figure out how the game's gonna end. Like, it doesn't matter to me if it's open world, if it's, like, there's plenty to do, but when there's too much to do, it just leads to, like, boredom. In my opinion.
That's the hard part too, right? Because like, what's too much, right? Like, I like Skyrim. That was like my first like big dive into, oh, it's a sandbox, and then Lauren really showed me how to like mod the hell out of it, and I'm like, this is like a brand new game now, because people add their own quests and everything else, and like you said, like there's so much open lore shit you can do, right? So it kind of invites that, but I don't count modding as like part of the game. So like the players can keep it going if they want, but like if they don't have something,
it's
like
kind of like almost
engaging,
a loot box kind of situation where it's more cosmetic. It's only cosmetics. Yes, there are quests, but
not too
it's
many.
not
and they're
by
buggy,
the developer, so they're not going to work as they want it to.
Here's a great example of a good open world game. It's hard, it's fun, and there's really no story unless you read up on the lore of the area.
I think I know where he's going with this.
The game is called Outward, actually.
Oh, okay. Not where I thought you were going.
Outward, yeah, I know where you thought I was going. Outward, right? Perfectly good game. And it's because they don't give you any story to start. You're not some, like, like The Witcher. You're one of, like, 3 Witchers that still exist, and you have this and that to do, and there's a a girl that you have to find, and then you find her, and she's like running away from the king, and blah, blah, blah. There's none of that. Outward, you're a guy. You're just a dude. You're just some guy. You have fucking cloth armor on, which isn't armor, you're just wearing like a bathrobe. And they just...
At least you're stylish.
They don't even tell you to do quests. There's no quests. You just go outside, and it's like, survive. And it's fun. You go out there, there's no direction there's dungeons and shit, but there's no direction that the game actually takes you in. You just kind of take yourself.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Valheim, same thing. There's bosses. You have to kill the bosses to beat the game, but there's so much to do, and the maps are all seeded, so they're all randomly generated.
Yep.
You'll never get into somebody's game and have the same map.
Nope.
Or the same layout. So you literally just have freedom to do whatever you want. It's a nice... chill game. But if you're gonna spend time to play an open world game, I don't think it should be only open world where there's so much to do that you'll never finish all of it, because then you'll play 1,000 hours of nothing, and then you'll be like, yeah, I played the shit out of that game, what'd I do it for?
You'll never play it
I mean?
again.
Understandable.
Yeah,
That's
like,
kind of just like you were saying
Skyrim
with
again.
the survival games, just like with Valheim. Also, just like because most of us were playing 7 Days to Die for like a good like week and a half, and like that again, sandbox. It's open, do whatever you want, randomly generated world. To an extent, there's not really a story. It's just because it's still early access. You get a little note at the beginning of the game that has story, but then you get rid of it because it's not in the game. They didn't finish it, so it's not in the game.
It's not done.
It's fun to an extent, but it's kind of like Nazi zombies where it just keeps going until you die.
Yeah.
Where, like, I like Nazi zombies, but okay, that's
What,
it.
am I just gonna fight 70 waves of zombies to restart it later?
I like
Yes.
Horde as much as the next guy, but it gets to that point where you're just like, all right, now it's just fucking tedious because it takes like 2 full clips to kill one goddamn zombie. There's 20 chasing me. But anyway, so back onto open world. Just like you were saying, where the games that don't really hold your hand, yes, this game gets talked about a lot. I thought you were going to say Dark Souls.
I was about to.
The thing with Dark
I thought
Souls
so.
is there is a story, but they indirectly tell you can... The thing that I
learn it.
liked about it is the items. Any item you pick up, it could be a health thing, it could be just a helmet. everything has a long fucking description with a story that tells something about that. And you learn about that. So, like,
And,
even
well,
with a
the
weapon.
whole thing is, with Dark Souls, too, like you said, you pick up the items, but you could look at each and every item and start piecing together pieces of lore and story. And that's what tells the story. If you want to sit there and take your time and read the items, it's the perfect example of a game that is open world to an extent. Because it is linear. You have to progress and kill certain bosses to get to certain areas. But in those areas as well, it's open world. There's basically, and there's areas for you to do things where you could get certain items that you wouldn't be able to get if you didn't go and do like these little side things. Like, what's that katana blade that you could get before the Taurus demon? Or right after it. Remember, you fight the fucking shopkeeper. You can kill him if you want.
Yeah.
Ishikatana.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ichikatana. Yep.
Ishikatana. That thing is fucking sick, but you wouldn't know to get it off of that shopkeeper if you didn't
'Cause the
just
game
try to
doesn't
kill
tell
him
you.
for shits and giggles. You know what I mean?
It's
Or
just
just
like
kick
those
them off
old
the cliff.
games. Like, they don't tell you what you're supposed to do. They just say, hey,
Figure it out.
you see that thing over there? I don't know what it is. Go find out. That's really it. It's just
get it.
There's two directions. Pick the right one.
Is there really? No, you can go anywhere
Boneyard.
you want. You can even fall off the cliff if you want.
Man,
Dude,
whatever.
my favorite Dark Souls experience was when I first loaded up the game. I didn't realize you could walk toward the first bonfire on the other side. So I was like, oh, there's a bunch of fucking skeletons over here. What's this? And I walked toward the skeletons, and they just fuck my shit up every single time.
Oh, the graveyard. Yeah, right in Firelink.
graveyard.
Yep.
Yep. They fucking
told you
beat
nothing.
the shit out of
And
you.
it's just because, as well, they don't explain to you that you can't kill the skeletons without magic or an enchanted weapon. You can't do it. They'll just get right back up. And me being stupid, I did the same thing. I was like, oh, yeah, this is where I got to go. No, it's not. Turn around. But
You gotta purge.
So the argument with open world games, just like you would say, I'm completely on that front. Lauren judges me every day, and she says, oh, but you don't like open world games. You only like linear games. No. If I'm going in for a game that I know has a story, yes, I want to play that. Yes, it's a direct path. Some of them are not. But open world games, I get bored really fucking quick. The only reason is just like you say, they overload you with side quests. Some of them are awesome. Most of them are the same shit. Fetch quest. Go get that for me. Bring it back here. Oh, you might have to kill a guy on the way and then come right back to me. It's the same thing. It's cool, but some of them are cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Dark Brotherhood, Skyrim, fantastic. Thieves Guild, also fantastic. Where you're literally...
Fallout,
yeah.
I thought did a great job. Fallout 3.
Oh, absolutely. I started playing New Vegas a couple months
Fallout
ago.
3, New Vegas. New Vegas is fucking great. I think the story's better than 3. in
Oh,
Vegas.
hands
We
down.
don't talk about
And-
76. You know, it's all right.
No,
No,
Fallout
no, no, no,
76,
no, no,
what's
no.
that? Didn't happen. And basically, I don't know. I feel like Fallout's another good open world game because it is open world, but there is a story and it's linear
Yeah.
and there's not too much side shit to do. But if you do it, you get nice payoff.
You get a whole. You could get a whole different story too.
Yeah,
You get a whole different line of
Exactly.
like however you
like
change
blowing
history.
up Megaton or whatever the fucking name
Yeah.
of that town was.
Oh,
which is
you know
awesome.
what?
Yeah.
That leads us into another part of that. With some of these open world games, or just games in general, there's a morality system. So
Fable.
when yes,
Oh my
so
God, yeah, that's
before,
where it, like,
before
was
you
so
get into
good.
that,
That's one of my favorite games of all time. Fable, dude.
so before you get
I love
into
Fable.
that, the whole thing with the morality in some of these games is there's two paths. Well, two paths. There's
Quote,
you be
unquote.
like a completely good person or you're chaotic evil. There's no in between. Some games give you the little in between, but so when it comes to those kinds of systems, first playthrough for a game, be it like Mass Effect, are you going to be Paragon?
Asshole.
Or you're gonna
Always the
immediately
Every single
Renegade.
time. Asshole.
Every
You go
time.
Renegade
Forever.
every single time. Guys, for those of you who have never played Mass Effect, okay? Play through the game. There's an option to punch a newscaster in the
Oh,
face.
I did it
You
even
have
on
to
my
go
Paragon.
Renegade. You have to go Renegade. Have to. You punch her on national television. Everybody sees it. You
We've
have
had
to punch
enough
her in
of
the
your
fucking face.
lies and
You have to.
slander.
She's a bitch, dude. She's straight up tries to sabotage your shit on TV, on national television, every single time she speaks to you. So when you get the chance, she starts talking her shit in your face, and it gives you like 3 seconds to answer. It's like, disagree or agree. And if you disagree, your dude just cocks back and fucking just drops her shit instantly, dude. Knocked her teeth into the back of her throat. That bitch had no idea what was going on. Equality.
So you chose to do chaotic evil. Ben, what about you?
What? Just in terms of where I align on a morality
Yeah, so
system?
like when it's a first playthrough, obviously if you go through the second one, you're going to do the exact opposite, or be like me and do the same thing both times.
I'm
but,
usually
you know.
like, I'm either lawful good or lawful evil. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, oh, you've crossed me. Guess you got to die. Or it's like, well, I'm not supposed to kill you, and you did do that, so I'm going to take you to the local authorities, let them sort you out. And then they just like gun them down in the street, and you're like, oh, that's a lot worse than what I would have done. Okay, I was just gonna knock him out. Now they just like wiped his family out of existence. Whoops, you know. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess I
could
should
have
have
gone
been
a
the
little
evil
bit
guy.
better.
Wait, another thing though, games that allow you to, I forget what they actually call them, but there's games that allow you to choose, like Mass Effect, that allow you to choose dialogue options, right?
Oh, so you mean like The Walking Dead, where you literally tell the story from your like?
Not so much, not like
Okay.
kind of like Mass Effect, still in the same thing, in the same scope, but like let's just use Mass Effect for example because it's perfect.
Yeah.
It'll say like the option will be like disagree with their opinion. And you'll hit disagree with their opinion. Your dude will be like, "What are you, a fucking dumb bitch?" And you're just like, "That's not disagreeing. That's just straight insulting." You know what I mean? Like they never give you like exactly what you're like what you're accepting.
Mass Effect is very
what you're
guilty
agreeing
for that.
to.
They don't with the whatever the dialogue option is. They record something completely different from that line. It's almost like they ad-lib in the moment, where it's like, I don't know if I agree with this situation. Fuck you. What? No,
Yeah,
that's
like, no, dude. Like that's not what I said.
Or it'll be like you said, like agree, right? And then it's like, well, there's no better option, and it's like, dude, that's not agreeing. It's like a backhanded compliment.
It's
Why am
passive
I
aggressive.
don't want to be a piece of shit. Like if you play Fallout 4 and you're doing the whole part where like, I'm not going to say spoilers. If you haven't played fucking Fallout 4 right now, it's probably
It's
like
been a while.
$10. Like
I
fucking
think it's
figure it
fair.
out. There's a part where you're talking about a private investigator, like find your kid, and you're trying to give him a description. And there's like the right answer, you know, like, oh, this is my son. His name's Sean. He's little. He'll be a baby, you know, or like you could just make something up like, yeah, he's a full grown man, 45, giant beard. He's probably like 6'8", and then the guy'll just be like, well, that's certainly helpful, you know. Like, it's like I just said like funny face, you know, like, oh yeah, he's got a fucked up face. Oh, it's my kid. Like, no, you could be a raging asshole the whole time. It's like I'm literally just trying to lighten the situation. And my guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah, like they never give you like the correct, like sometimes they do, but most of the time it's not the exact thing that you're accepting. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like signing a contract and there being fine print that says they're gonna like steal your family away from you or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh dude, I could get this 2012 Honda Civic? No fucking way. And then it's just like underneath, like in the fine print, it's
Get
like,
your
yeah,
mom's
and then we
foot.
take it to your house and fucking drive it through your living room. So, you know, you paid $2,000 for this 2012 Honda Civic, but you got to pay for $70,000 worth of damages.
Right?
Make sure you
Like,
read
that's
the
basically what
clause
they're
at the
doing.
bottom.
Like, they never give you exactly what you're going for.
No. Keep
But-
the
There's
change,
always a
you
little
fucking
extra.
loser.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Really quickly. I have a question from a buddy. I don't know what I'm going to say about this one, honestly. I told Ben about it before. I don't have much to say on this situation. I've never had a bad one. But let's see. Frank says, talk about girls who hype up their blowjob game, but when it comes down to it, they only suck and kiss the tip of your dick and expect you to be amazed. So have you guys ever had that issue where they just go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking blow your mind with this blowjob. And then they just like lick the hole.
So
like,
a cat
lick
drinking
the
water pretty
hole.
much just
Oh my god.
Like I've never had that issue. I've personally, Frank, much love, bro. Thanks for the topic, but I don't have much to say about that. Nobody's ever tried to talk up their blowy game and then like rub it against their nose or something, you know? I've never had like a bad one that I've just complained about. Like went back to my boys and
Yeah,
said,
you
"Hey
fucking-
man,
you
she
put the
actually
TV on."
blew into my dick hole." Like I don't know what else to say.
You're just
Try to
just
just-
sitting there, right? Yeah, like a fucking like
Yeah.
yeah, fucking like folding it.
And I'll turn your
balloon
dick
animals.
into a bicycle.
Do you like a giraffe? There's not enough for a giraffe. You know, like, you just try to
Hey,
be honest.
goose.
But no, it's not like she's fucking starts and you're just like, huh? You turn the TV on, and you're like, that refrigerator's not $1,500. You're watching like fucking Price is Right or something. Like,
So
just throw that
nothing-
bitch out,
nothing
you
like
know,
that?
no,
I like-
because like. If you're doing that, and I mean, whatever, guys do it too. Like, oh, you're rock your world. You know, you're 2 strokes in, and you like happens to all of us. Fucking
That exact
been
sound,
there.
right?
But like, you need to talk to different women, dude.
Yeah, that's-
as a
that's,
grown ass man.
Speaking of which, if a girl actually approaches you and tells you you're gonna lose your mind in bed, like, watch me blow your fucking mind,
Tell her no,
then
see what
I
she does.
definitely would just turn around and walk away. 'Cause
Yeah, you don't want that.
There's nothing else, even if it's the best sex of my life, there's nothing else I'm gonna get from her
No.
other than, like Frank, man, you're talking to 3 dudes that, like, don't fucking go out and crush ass for no reason, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right,
Like, I enjoy
I've gotten
good
thousands of
conversation.
blowjobs, but, like,
I
you know.
enjoy, I enjoy good conversation. I enjoy, company. So, like, even if the blowjob was bad, I'd just be like,
you
she touched
say
my wiener.
company?
Dude, she grabbed my wiener and she touched it and it was great. You know, like,
She touched my hand. That's like third base.
Yeah, like, I'm
Right.
like a little excited fucking kid, dude. I don't care.
Any time we don't have to do it is phenomenal. 'Cause you really just got it's like a fucking like stuck like gear shift. Like as long as you fuck with it and it gets to where it needs to go, you don't fucking care. Like it got there,
Yeah,
right?
so
You might have ground a few
personally-
gears and slammed it a few times, but you know, like whatever. It's-
Yeah,
you
like,
got from point A to
personally,
point B.
I don't see an issue with a bad blowjob because a vagina's a vagina, bro.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
That-
Unless
that's-
you're just strictly getting a blowjob, which has never happened to me.
No,
because
that's-
I can't survive
Yes.
with that.
Where does this fantasy land exist?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So
It doesn't.
I would say
It's not
This is the
blowjobs
blowjobs?
falling out of the sky. Like, oh, thank you. I've been graced by the hands of God, well, the lips of God. But like, no.
This is the blowjob emporium, right? Right on time.
Oh my
BJ's,
God, it's
right?
real. It's really you're coming in like out of the desert, like fucking dragging yourself.
Blowjob, please.
You're like you're sunburned. You're in a fucking like what is it? Burlap tunic, like water. Blowy.
No.
It's got like automatic doors and air conditioning. It's like bing boom. Like, come on
So,
in.
From
my
my
God.
perspective, I mean, I'm kind of the same thing where it's just like, I haven't really had one that's just like to the point of like, you've got to be fucking. I could do this better than you.
Yeah,
no.
right. Like you're not
I-
upset.
It
you were
hasn't
there.
happened. I mean,
I've been blessed. I can't talk shit on any ex.
yeah, really.
I won't try.
I mean,
but it's
well,
funny because
I had
people watch
one
like, oh, I know who he dated.
where-
You know, fucking whatever.
Well,
but like,
well, I had one where I would do everything for them just because, gentlemen, you always got to be nice. And
No, you
they
don't.
said, no, I don't do that.
I don't do that.
I was like,
Oh.
okay, I'm going to be upset on the inside, but just be like, okay, that's fine.
There was a girl a
Game
long
point.
time ago because like everybody has like a little slut phase, right? That they go through.
Everyone
men
does.
and
Yep.
women. And this one girl, I like, you know, whatever. We get in bed, and she goes, I don't do that on like the first time. I was like, so you let me have sex with you, but you won't
But-
blow me. And I was just confused. Like,
Just
it was
I
sitting
think
there
what it
in a
is,
1,000 yards
I was
some
stare.
of them put it up to a higher thing, though. And I have noticed that with some people that I've talked to, they actually do put that up higher than just straight intercourse.
Which
You
is
know,
weird.
Well, I don't know.
I
Putting
can't
someone's-
impregnate your mouth, you know.
True, but you're putting someone's genitals in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to
She
get?
was totally fine. Like, if I was
I
like,
don't know.
hey, she would have been totally fine with that shit. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
Some people
Like,
just,
I do
I'm trying
understand
to
where Ben's trying to
rationalize.
come from. It's like you are actually putting something that's
Foreign.
not supposed to go in the mouth.
Well, then why does it fit?
See? Well, it depends on
Then
the
why does it
gentleman, I
fit?
guess, right?
Why does it fit?
Why does
You
it
know,
work?
He makes a good argument there.
Oh my
Why
god,
does it fit?
And you're not trying to like, I don't know, like, and this kind of blends it. Like my friend Kelly sent me a question, and sucks it's at the end of the podcast here, but she had a good one. It was, why is society so fucking stupid? And then she's like, let me reword that a little bit. And it was like, let's address the psychology between the amount of cognitive dissonance taking place in people and how we can fix it, right? So I'm like, I love this. She's great. We have weird, deep, random conversations. But like, so something like that, right? And she we were talking about it earlier. She's like, if you're a girl and you go up to a guy and say you want to fuck him, right? Like, once again, not all women, but like the standard female, I'd be like, what? Am I not good enough? Because like, as a guy, as much as we just want to fucking get laid, if that's all they have to offer, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Right. That
the
like
most part.
kind of goes with like the initial point.
Or we will accept it.
Yeah, but then
and
like
never
don't be
talk to
upset.
you again.
Yeah, and then don't be upset because that's all you put forward, right?
Yeah.
But it's like to flip it on guys too. Like there's a lot of guys that I just don't like. No ambition, fucking
Absolutely.
like not even like they're not going anywhere in life. It's just like, oh yeah, this is all I'm gonna do forever. You know, like
They live to
live to exist.
Complacent.
Not even they
Complacent,
live
yeah.
To guys like that do the flip of what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
They literally just live to get tallies.
Yeah.
Like they live to
then
increase the
complain.
body number.
Mm-hmm. And then
You know?
complain like they're not moving ahead in life. They're not
Yeah, it's like
fucking
you're not gonna move
advancing
ahead in
themselves.
life if you're living in high school, though.
right.
You know what I mean?
You can do
Yeah.
both of those if you really wanna. One's gonna give
It
before the other.
depends
In all
on
honesty.
the person. It really does depend on the person because
Yeah.
if they are mature enough in the head, they can be like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna do this. Like this is what I want to do. But then at the same time, it's like I also kind of want to have a good like existence in life. I want to have my own place. I want to do what I'm
Right.
doing. Want to have a good job. And there are some people that can balance it, but it's very
Well, like
not good.
you have like, and I think people lack it. Like, as much as like dumb shit I say and everything else, like I'm pretty introspective. Like for my birthday this year, like I took a long fucking walk and it was just like, where am I at in life? Am I happy? You know, like one of those kind of things. And I was like, you know what? I'm like content, and that upset me. Like I thought I'd have more by now, but I also didn't think I'd be married and like have a dog. You know, so
Dude,
like,
I didn't think you
like-
were gonna get married.
Dude, no one did. Dude, we'll do that on the next one. But like,
Okay.
no one thought. But like, I was like, I want a house. Like, I'm renting. I hate renting. We could get a house, but I'm picky, and maybe I'm too, fucking gung ho. Like, my wife's gonna look at one on the weekend or something like that. Without
Yeah, but like
'cause I'm
that's
gonna
what's
be out of
good
town.
too. Like your wife is very smart.
Yeah.
You know.
Eh,
And
eh,
you guys
eh,
have the same. You guys have the same.
It feeds.
Basically likes and dislikes. Yeah, same tastes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice to have that idea to bounce off of the other person. Like Eric
Well-
is the same with Lauren. They're literally the same person.
Woo.
Probably got the same dick size too.
Nah, hers is bigger.
And
Dude, hers is like a baby on
and like me and my girlfriend are the same.
got an
Like
elbow.
it's easy when you find somebody that shares the same tastes as you. It's a lot easier to be less introspective because you have someone else to bounce your fucking ideas off of. That also knows what you like.
Right. Like
so
you're
it's like
Yep.
and you can
it's
you
content
can
in a
problem
way.
solve together.
right.
Exactly. So
Because it's like what she liked about me, and was like, "Hey, babe." Never mind. There's a dog. She don't fucking care about me. One of the things she said she liked about I thrive on confrontation. I will argue with anyone about anything, but also in the sense of like if there's an issue, I want to fight about it. Not fight about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a shouting match.
You
I
want to
wanna
come to like a
fucking-
resolution.
I want to approach it and fucking knock it out in like 10 minutes because anything that bad should be, oh, that's my wife's arm. Cool. Hey. Like, just knock it out. Like, so many problems people have are because they don't take action. And then they complain. Well, stop complaining. Dude, I could do a whole, maybe I'll do that next show. I could literally do fucking Ben's self-help guide. Like, it would be, it'll be brutal. You're not going to like it. You're going to get upset. But like,
honestly, you're 100% right. Like, if somebody has an issue and then they let the issue fester, right?
Yeah, that's
It
the
just-
worst.
It just
worse.
becomes like this pocket of shit that you just push into yourself and you hold it there. And then you think about it all the fucking time, but you're not going to do anything about it.
caca pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just
Yeah, that's
this
what we can
shit
call it.
pocket that's sitting there. And like,
It's your fault.
You just pull it off. You can't pull it off the fucking shelf because you just sat there too long, and it
Right. Like, what are you going to do?
fucking cultivated.
But,
it's
like-
become this big problem.
But like
because you
genuinely, maybe it's a product of social media. What do you genuinely get for people feeling bad for you? You know what I mean? Like, does that
Nothing.
fix it? You know what I mean? It's hollow. You get the likes, you get the good chemicals flowing out of the brain. Those like real fucking 1 second endorphins.
if I could step in on that one.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people. I've been with a bunch of people. I have lots of friends,
Eric's
family
a whore.
members, like all over the place. So, yeah, the high number count, right? Yeah. But no, what I'm getting at mostly about that with just like the likes and comments and everything. I understand if something's going wrong in your life, and maybe you want to post and just be like, "Hey, I just want to let everyone know this person's not with us anymore," or "I'm not with this person," or "I did lose my job. I'll be okay."
Yeah.
I
Keep people
don't
updated.
like the people that are like, "Oh my God, this happened. I can't believe this," going like a fucking long-ass tirade. I get it. But when you do something like that, you just want likes. You want comments. You want people to talk to you and serenade you with like, "Oh, I'm here for you." Just put like, "Hey, I'm having a bad day." Or like, not even that. Sometimes people do that every single fucking minute of the day.
Yeah.
But like, I get
Just
it. If you're
another
having a bad
bad fucking day.
you can come and talk to me. Message
sensing
me.
a
Talk to me.
trend.
I'll talk to you. But like, oh dear Lord, when you post every 5 minutes about your day, I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm being honest. Like, that's the brutal honesty from this weekend. Jesus.
Yeah, right.
I don't know,
dude.
dude.
It hurts.
It's another thing like that too. Like, people will like, yo, I have a terrible fucking life. I'll just say that right now. But I don't want people to come to me and go,
Pity.
"I hope you're okay, and we're always thinking about you." I don't care. I don't want you to know about. I don't want you to know about my issues. I don't want you to feel bad for me. I don't want you to fucking pity party me. Try to fucking. I don't know what else to do. Your life is so bad. I know. I live it every fucking day.
Just that
I know.
reaction.
Now shut the fuck up and let me get back to my shit life. Like, it's
Amen, dude.
okay. I exist. I will coexist in this shit existence for myself, but I'm not asking for anybody to give a fuck about me.
Right.
Or try or cry for me or try to help me. I don't need your fucking handouts. I don't need your help. I just want to be left alone. I don't tell anybody when I'm having a bad fucking day, which is every day. I don't tell anybody that I'm fucking broke ass. It happens, dude. It's a fucking pandemic. I'm 24 years old.
You
I'm
got
gonna
time.
die before I'm 40.
Oh fuck!
It's
You're like a
okay.
child, dude.
It's just like, bro, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's okay to be in this state.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking tell everybody
Right.
about it.
Embrace the
What
suck.
does your pity do for me? Unless you are gonna come to me and say, "I know you're having money problems. I know it's really hard for you." Don't say, "If there's anything I can do, I'll do it." Oh yeah? Give me $1 million fucking dollars. Then, if there's anything you could do for me, give me your next 5 fucking paychecks. Then that's what you could do for me. You know what I
Right.
mean? Don't give me the fake empty. I
Dude,
will
that's-
help
yeah.
you if you need me. I'm always here. No, you're not, bro.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Send
Keep
me.
praying for Grandma. She's getting too strong. Grandma's
bench
about to
pressing a
spirit
bus.
bomb the fucking Lower East Side. Why don't you stop praying for her, bro? She's walking on the ceiling.
And that's, yeah, because like a lot of that shit too is like just fluffing the ego, right? Like the post of like, "Oh, I'm here for you." That's just so they get attention. You know what I mean? Like it's hollow. It's hollow reciprocation.
It goes
is what I
back
like
and
to call
forth. It
There
really
are
does.
people who are. I've
Who
seen people
genuinely
who are,
give a fuck. There are people that do.
And,
There's people that are
not even
genuine.
And they're
not
good
even that.
people.
I've seen people who are genuinely like happy people that occasionally just have something bad happen.
What's good, man? How
Yeah.
you doing?
Exactly.
I get fucking hit by a car, you know, and I'm posted in the hospital, like not dead, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah, it's just like
there's shit.
When's round 2?
There's shit that happens to good people that really don't complain, and they won't complain about it, but they'll update you. You know, like Eric was saying, like
Yeah.
you'll just say, "Oh, like, you know, today is a bad day for me. Hope everybody else is having a good day," and then they leave it at that.
Yep.
And like I
enough.
understand like why they do it, and I've messaged those people who like don't complain a lot and are genuinely happy people just having a bad day, and I'm just like, I hope you're good, and you know, you need anything, message me, because I'm actually one of those people that if you message me, I will answer back, and if you need to talk about
Exactly.
it, I'll talk about it with you. There's plenty of people that have come to me with problems. Fucking
Dude.
Connor's come to me with problems. Connor.
Yeah.
Connor.
And for those of you who don't know my buddy Connor, he doesn't
He's a
give a
cave.
fuck about
He's
anything.
He's a
he
caveman.
does not care.
He's a literal caveman. He doesn't care about anything.
Unga
And I
bunga.
love him for it. But when things do go wrong, he's texted me. He texted me when he got his fucking ex-girlfriend pregnant.
Oh,
Before he had
yeah,
his kid.
dude. I got that
Me
one,
and
too.
Eric were the first people to know. I was in the fucking movie theater. I walked out. Like,
God damn, I didn't know
if
that.
you need me, bro, I'm here. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for you.
Yeah,
right?
you good?
I'm not one of these people that are like, I'm here for you. Let me send my thoughts and prayers.
The face.
And
is
the
what makes
Academy
it.
Award
Your
goes
grandma.
to...
Like, dude, fuck those people, those fake fucking people that just like fluff their own ego by saying, "Oh yeah, I'm here for you," and then then you're like, "I want to blow my brains out," and they're like, "You should call the suicide hotline." Those are my favorite people, bro. I want to kill myself. You should call this number.
Yeah.
What the
Or
fuck? They're not
even
gonna
better.
call
No,
that
even
number.
better. They'll call 911 immediately and say, you need to go to this person's house. That's the
Hey,
coward's
what's up,
way
man?
out.
Fucking.
No, it's like, dude, they're
Jesus.
coming to you to confide in you.
Yes.
Talk to that person.
Yeah, there's
you
a
could
reason.
you could be the difference in that person's fucking decision making or
Yeah.
their life. You could be the person that pulls them out of that shit. Don't fucking send them to the suicide hotline.
No.
It's so impersonal at that
Yeah.
point. Like, you're just kind of
There's-
being a... And granted, there's people that can't handle that kind of shit because it's heavy.
No,
and
absolutely
that's fine.
not.
That's completely fine.
There's something I want to bring up too with like I'm also covering my ass here. Yes, I'm one of those people. You can come to me if you have a question, like a problem, you need someone to talk to.
Same.
If I don't respond, I'm also kind of retarded. So like it might just sit there for a minute and I'll mentally respond and not send a text message physically.
I'm kind of retarded.
I'm just like I just pulled an Alex Jones,
I
but
was
like
just
look.
about to... Now listen,
Kind of retarded.
I'm a little retarded.
Now look, I don't mean that to
I
offend.
love that man. I love that man. I would party with him
the
every
people
day
that are
until I die.
put as retarded individuals or special needs or something like that. I'm not insulting them. I'm literally calling myself that. If you take some offense to that, I will
come the
stab you, and I
Crusaders.
don't care. Anyway, but
virtue
what I'm getting
crusades.
at is, and it's bad with my family too, because sometimes they'll text me, they'll say something, I mentally respond, and I'm like, oh yeah, all right, cool. I think it's rhetorical, but no, if you do need someone to talk to, you can even for us, the podcast, if you need someone to talk to, come
Yeah,
to
that'd be
us,
cool.
email
Yeah,
us.
we're chilling.
One of my favorite people is Dr. Drew. For you guys that like do and do not know him, he used to be on Loveline like way back in the '90s, but now like
Okay.
especially over pandemic, I watch a lot of podcasts. You know, like Tom Segura and his wife, they do like Your Mom's
Yeah.
House, and then they had Dr. Drew on a lot. And then they got a bigger studio and they gave him his own. It's like Dr. Drew After Dark or something like that. The dude is hilarious, Drew, but like. He's also seen so much shit. He's so hard to phase. So, like, Tom just tries to throw, like, shit out of left field at him to get him to crack. And it works pretty much every time. But, like, that kind of shit. And he's a medical professional. None of us are. Eric's the closest thing we got, and that ain't much.
Please, I drive the boo-boo bus. I can give Band-Aids and give sugar gel into your mouth.
Meat
That's
wagon.
all I can do.
Oh, my God. But, like, give a shit. It's not that hard. It's free. And it's not that hard. Like, if you have a lot of shit going on and you're emotionally compromised, you're at your limit. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. If someone comes to you and you're like, dude, I can't do this right now. Like, care about you, but I can't. That's fine. It's okay to say no. It's okay to feel overwhelmed because it's fucking human. It's okay to feel anxious, depressed, whatever. Because, whatever, my wife's diagnosed with, like, depression, anxiety, that kind of shit. But if you're, like... If you're worked up about something, you know what I mean? You're worried about, oh man, am I going to get this raise or whatever? You don't have anxiety. That's just an emotion.
That's a human emotion.
That's
normal.
human. If you're like that 24/7 when there is nothing going on, you might want to go talk to somebody. You maybe just need maybe you need a little bit of a downer.
You
Maybe
could seek out your own help
to
as
bring
well.
it full circle, right?
Yeah.
Just go work one out. You know what I mean? Like that's my advice to young men. If you're worried about a woman, if you're worried about life, where you're going to go, just go work one out in the shower and see how you feel afterwards.
True.
Dude, honest
True.
to God.
You know what?
You're not
Honestly,
wrong.
and
You will
this
have
is
the
this is a good
clearest line
topic
of
to
thought.
end on. Okay.
Post-nut
Jerking
clarity?
off heals all wounds.
Mm-hmm.
I could have a broken left arm and jerk off my right, and it'll be perfectly fine in the morning.
I'll
Let
be
me
good.
tell you, like, listen, okay?
You're
For
gonna
all
have
you-
like a fucking Z, but you know what? Like,
you
hey, it's not gonna
motherfuckers.
bother you.
all you motherfuckers, and women too. Listen up, okay? So let me give you some advice, right here, okay?
People
you
of
get
all
into an
genders.
argument. You get into an argument with your man. Walk away. Give him 2 hours. Let him jerk off. He'll come back out. New human. He's
Won't
not
even know what
mad
you argued
anymore.
about.
Not even mad anymore. Nothing pissing him off. He's good. He'll apologize for something you started. He'll apologize.
Uh-huh.
He don't care. You could
He
have
won't even
fucked his
remember.
2 friends. He'll jerk off and walk back out there and be like, sorry, I didn't fuck you like my 2 friends. You know what I mean?
They're kind of losers anyway, babe. It's fine, whatever. You know, like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I've had headaches and jerked off.
Thin the blood.
And I just fucking, it's like the pressure just releases.
Yeah.
I can go do cartwheels. I'll do a fucking headstand, spin on a box in the fucking middle of the street like an ape.
Years ago,
Okay.
I hit a bench press PR after working one out.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I bet I could do 450
You become
once.
super fucking human. I'm telling
Because
you. That's,
your mind is just, you have the horse blinders on. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh,
dude,
cancer,
everybody
I got it,
thinks-
half hour.
Everybody thinks that Jesus was the son of God. He was able to walk on water because he jerked off 4 times a day.
Probably.
There you
Let
go.
me tell you,
That's,
he
that's
turned
actually
water
pretty-
into wine because he jerked off 6 times that morning. Just in the morning. And by 11
that's
o'clock, he turned water
impressive.
into wine. That guy was something else.
And Moses was
else?
taught jerking off by Jesus. That's how he parted the Red Sea. He's like, oh my God, and his mind open.
Yeah. Why do you think they crucified him with his arms all the way up here so he
We're
couldn't
going
jerk
to
off
hell
and
in
rejuvenate?
like 4 religions right now.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, Jews don't believe in hell. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Dude, Jesus can't jerk off if he's like this. The Romans had it right. Okay?
They're like, we
But
must
then-
stop.
And
But
We
then,
must stop the
af-
source of his
after
power.
After they took him down, they thought he was dead. Wasn't dead. He went into the tomb, jerked off a little bit, walked right out.
he had just enough. He
he
got
definitely
that one,
came out.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the third day.
he came out of that one.
He got that one hole in his left hand just right over top, and it just.
Oh God!
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, with that,
Human
all right.
fleshlight.
Okay, everybody,
And that's where
that
it
was
came from.
episode 2. Thank you for listening. I'm Eric.
God, this.
I'm Rob.
You know, I'm being.
Thanks for listening to the Some Offense Taken podcast, episode 2.
We love you guys that are listening. Really, it's
Yeah.
the feedback's phenomenal.
the
Feeds our
feedback's pretty
egos,
sick.
and we love it. Really, guys, thank you. We're hoping to make something out of this here, and we're gonna. So,
Yeah.
suck a
And,
butt.
Keep
stick
doing it
around.
if you keep listening. So
Yep.
keep listening, or like last time, I'll kill you.
There you go.
So I got nothing to
Suck a
lose.
butt, suck a butt, suck a fuck.
Suck my fuck.
And if you guys, again, if you have topics you would like us to talk about, because we obviously do not give a shit, just send them in. We'll talk about them. But
And because
thank
I
you.
I'm sorry, because
Go
I
ahead.
didn't get my news out this time. For the next podcast, I got fucking news for you boys. So
Oh,
you
shit.
you listen up, okay?
And I'll
this
have
is
a-
some shit that's going on in the world right now. Big news.
And I'll have a big old story to follow that. My origin
Yep.
story.
And I
if you
have
would.
a story about my dad when I was born. So let's do this. It's going to be great. All right, guys. See you later.
Yep, later, everybody.